All right, hello wine drinking people. Time for more of what I've had to drink yesterday. And one of our good friends from Southern California, the Dierberg and Star Lane guy was in. And this is a very exciting property. It's a vineyard that was planted in 2004. And they've got 460 acres of vineyards over 3 different vineyard sites down there. And, well, they've got a new appellation here, Happy Canyon of Santa Barbara. And I think they own like half of it. But really good area and very diverse area when you look at the different varietals that these guys have planted in these 3 different vineyards. Usually you don't see them in the same place. Well, Cabernet, the most unique, and for this region down here, you see a lot of Pinot, Chardonnay, and even Syrah at a very high level. But their vineyards are such that, yeah, they also, because of the elevation, can produce very good Cabernet here. We started out with a new project here from Dierberg, the Santa Maria Valley Steel Chardonnay, and as the name would indicate, this wine sees no oak, also no malolactic, and it's all Wente clone, very bright and crisp style of Chardonnay with lemon citrus, kind of a light, flinty, minerally nuance there as well. Bright and crisp on the tongue with green apple, lemon citrus, really steely, minerally notes there. Leaves the tongue salivating for food, similar to a Chablis. Very different in style from the Santa Maria Valley Chardonnay, which this wine does see some oak, but second and third year barrels. 90% Wente clone, and has a nice amount of tropical fruit there. Lemon drop candy, a touch of butterscotch, whetstone-like minerality. Really rich and creamy wine on the tongue, but has bright acidity. This part of California, one of the coldest growing regions in California, so you do have nice acidity. Nice fruit in the mid-palate here, a really well-balanced wine with a note of that butterscotch candy showing on the finish, along with some good minerality, excellent juice at $28.50. The Pinot Noir Santa Maria and Santa Rita Hills were up next, both 2009 vintage, and the Santa Maria Valley seemed to be a little more fruit-forward, and this wine's got a little bit of new oak in it, so add a little spice there. Dark cherry and black raspberry fruit, fresh flowers, hints of brown spice. Really rich and fruity on the tongue as well. Lovely, silky, smooth, velvety tannins. A nice hand of spice and pretty floral notes. A really elegantly fashioned Pinot, but has good structure and a little bit of tannin showing on the finish, but bright acidity and nice spice, leaving the tongue salivating for food. The Santa Rita Hills, which is a very hot area for Pinot. Not hot in terms of climate, but a lot of great producers coming out of Santa Rita Hills. And this vineyard was planted in 2004, and they only see neutral oak with this. And this is a really big Pinot here. Intense black cherry liqueur-like fruit, strong mineral earth nuance to this wine, and hints of violet, kind of floral notes, black spice. Really rich and concentrated on the tongue. Really tiny berries they get out of this vineyard in Santa Rita Hills. And has that distinct Santa Rita Hills minerality to it. Something about this area really intriguing to me. And quite a bit of tannins as well for a Pinot on the finish. But lots of everything else. Really succulent liqueur fruit. And a nice spice and minerality to the finish. Most excellent juice. And it's $39. It's cheaper than the Santa Maria Valley, which, I mean, I like that one better. I like it when I find a wine that's cheaper and better. Anyways, we always like cheaper, right? All right, well, the Dierberg Syrah from San Ynez Valley up next. This is a big Syrah, but still has a lot of savoriness to it. Dark berry fruit, a hint of smoke, a little bubblegum note, which kind of odd on the first day. Kind of blew off, but still a little bit there on the second day. Dark chocolate, plum, espresso, cold climate Syrah, so you get that dark berry fruit, but a nice savoriness to it. The smooth blackberry fruit on the tongue with fine tannins. This wine's got really good structure here. Dark spices, black licorice, a nice zest to the tongue, leaving it salivating for food with those dark cocoa notes on the finish. Excellent bottle of Syrah at $39. Then on to the Star Lane. So Dierberg, they have the Burgundy varietals and the Syrah, and then the Star Lane is all the Bordeaux varietals. The Merlot, and this is only 350 cases of this wine produced. Merlot kind of a tough sell, not just because of the Sideways movie and, you know, our guys say I'm not drinking any fucking Merlot if we go in there, but just because it's got a bad rap. I think a lot of bad Merlot produced in California, and this is a really good one, though. A lot of dark plum and cherry fruits, another kind of pickling spice here, dark pepper also, 17% Cab Franc and 5% Cabernet in the blend. Good amount of dark plum fruit on the palate, some nice earths, some roasted coffee notes as well in the finish, smooth and polished, and really nice freshness in this wine. One of the characteristics of great Merlot. Doesn't have the tannic structure, but it does have really bright acidity, so that's what helps to keep, you know, the great Merlot's longevity in the bottle. Excellent juice. All right, the Star Lane Cabernet was up next. There's a little bit of Cabernet Franc, actually quite a bit, 23% in this wine, and they started using this AVA in 2007. And as I mentioned before, they're most of the appellation, but there are 8 other producers here. This Cabernet's got thick aromas of blackberry, fresh herbs, sage, dark earth, dark chocolate, really nice richness on the tongue, pretty chewy, big round tannins, bitter cocoa-like notes on the finish. This wine needs a bit of time to mellow out, but has all the right stuff and in the right proportion here. Excellent juice at $45. And then the Astral, which is 49% Cabernet Franc. A lot of Cabernet Franc in this wine this year. 35% Cab, a little Merlot, Petit Verdot make up the rest of the blend. And this is the top wine here. Only 550 cases produced. So, whatever varietals came out on top that year, it looks like it was Cabernet Franc in 07. A big and well-endowed bouquet here. Fresh black earth, graphite minerally, dark currant, cassis berry fruit, notes of fine herbs, espresso, currants, really rich and layered on the tongue, big and chewy. And this wine's got everything. Cassis, dark currants, bitter chocolate, a little chalkiness on the finish. Again, this wine also needs a little bit of time, but a really long finish here. Most excellent juice. And then Sauvignon Blanc to finish up the tasting. And I have to say, this Sauvignon Blanc, it's all clone 1, the most common clone in California. A really unique bouquet to it. I don't know that I've ever had a Sauvignon Blanc that smelled like fresh onion. And on the second day, fresh onion even more pronounced. Had some green melon fruit to it, but that onion note to me is a bit off-putting in my wine. I mean, I do like onions in my salad, but not in my wine. A little bit tart and savory style of Sauvignon Blanc, some lemon citrus and white grapefruit there. A little briny note, onion note again through the finish. So that detracted from the score here for me, $19.50. That's what we had to drink with our friends from Dierberg and Star Lane Winery. I'm your host, Andrew Lamposoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.